In time, the Broncos will get the ball first, winning the toss. Defend the goal to our left. Vaughn Hebron is deep as veteran Norm Johnson tees it up. Ready to cheer Bill Cowher, hoping for another Super Bowl chance. Repeating the glory years of the 70s in this city when Pittsburgh won 4 Super Bowl titles. We're underway. Hebron at the 8. 30 and out to the 33-yard line, and that's where John Elway will start on offense. Walker, Smith, McCaffrey, the wide receivers. Shannon Sharp, the leading receiver on the season with 72. Elway batted down at the line of scrimmage. Many of the fans yet to take their seat on their feet. 2nd and 10. Elway guns a ball, intercepted by LeVon Kirkland. Turnover on the 2nd play of the game.
Said they're going to double team Shannon Sharp, LeVon Kirkland on the inside, Chad's on the outside. Denver coming out aggressive, throwing the football. John Elway taking a chance, trying to...
Young Cordell Stewart. His first year, full-time quarterback. Slash, he doesn't mind being called that now. Sends the tight end Bruner in motion. Comes out throwing. Good protection. Down the middle and complete. Bruner, who caught only 18 passes all year. Rarely go to the tight end.
Because that's where they got hurt the last time they played 5 weeks ago.
Charles Johnson, the wide receiver, in motion. And the toss to Bettis. The bus is first carry. And he's inside the 25, a gain of 4. Ray Crockett, a left corner, made tackle. Shannon Sharp, first 2 passes from Elway were aimed at his tight end. Second was picked off. They bring up 8, and Bettis hit the line of scrimmage. Still barrels forward to the 20-yard line, where it will McAfee into the lineup. No one in the backfield. Cordell Stewart backs up into the shotgun. Of course, a danger to throw or run. He fires incomplete. Courtney Hawkins, number 88, was the closest receiver. So on from 38 yards. Missed only 3 all season. And this one hooking, no good. Wide to the left. And so early opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers goes awry. 38-yard miss.
In any game, you cannot afford to do this. When you're getting scoring range, you've got to be able to score. This is all on the kicker. He just hooks it left.
No score early in the AFC Championship. Back, the Steelers unable to convert the 38-yard field goal. Elway in Denver takes over at the 28. Terrell Davis yet to carry. Here's his first. Off the left side and finds an opening. He's in the clear at the 45. He's at the 40 and is caught from behind and pulled out of bounds inside the Steeler 30-yard line by Carnell Lake and Darren Perry. Explosive run from Terrell Davis.
Well, the one thing Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, did not want. He says last game we were disciplined. We played good defense. Everybody stayed in their gaps. We did not give up the big running plays for Terrell Davis. This one, it's simple blocking. Take the guy in front of you.
I'll tell you, Schlereth just knocked down Kirkland. I mean, put him flat on his back and opened the hole for Terrell Davis.
43 yards for Davis. His longest run in the first game was 7 yards. Again, Davis tries the middle of the Steeler defense and earns 2 or 3 hard-earned yards. Will be hawking Shannon Sharp, and there's Lloyd, tenacious defender and spirited leader. Been out with a staph infection. And 2nd down, Elway into the flat to Davis, hit immediately at the 25-yard line, a gain of only 2.
Athletic ability on defense. Somebody somewhere in all those plays will stop the drive.
3rd down, a short X. Sharp in motion. The throw complete to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey, the sure-handed wide receiver, has a first down at the 13. 11 on the play.
You know, it's an open for McCaffrey.
An all-Stanford combination. Elway to McCaffrey. First down. McCaffrey in motion. Davis again trying that left side and has some room inside the 10-yard line.
Dickwood, and you got people blocking in front.
6 yards for Davis, and they don't allow many rushing touchdowns here at Three Rivers. One in all those quarters over 70. That was by Davis, who gets the toss. He's at the 5. He is in the end zone. The Broncos score first.
Boy, they get quiet in here.
A mile-high salute. Terrell Davis produces quite a drive of his own. He had only 31 yards the first half last week at Kansas City. He has 59 yards today in the open quarter.
Well, this is Denver's favorite running play. They toss the ball to Terrell Davis. You think it's going outside, but almost every single time, as soon as he sees daylight inside, cuts it back up in there to get positive yards.
Mason Elam adds the extra point. It is 7-0 Broncos as they go 72 yards in 6 plays. The capper, 8-yard from Terrell Davis, who scored 15 rushing touchdowns in the regular season. Southern California for the Super Bowl 2 weeks from today. Elam with Blackwell and Coleman, the former Charger, deep. It's Blackwell, who played at San Diego State. He finds a crease, and he's out to the 35-yard line. Tackle Stewart, and the Steelers going to work. Jerome Bettis, former Notre Dame star, plows for 3, maybe 4 before the defensive coordinator Greg Robinson of the Broncos. They're trying to stop Bettis first. They'll isolate those corners one-on-one as they did in the regular season game. Bettis with a bigger hole this time to the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 3. John Mobley, pound runner, who's out now. And again, Cordell Stewart with 5 wides, Fred McAfee being one of them, and no one in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Quick throw, complete, 1st down, and what a hit. Darius Johnson puts on the receiver, Courtney Hawkins.
Well, we know that, and both these coaches told us they're going to have to deliver blows on defense.
Run and go to the ball when it's thrown and make those big hits.
Another 3rd down pickup by Stewart with a pass at the 47, 1st down. Plenty of time. He throws long to the sidelines. Yancey Thigpen juggling, incomplete. He didn't do that in the game 5 weeks ago. He called football, working against Ray Crockett on that occasion, not Darian Gordon. On 2nd and 10. Down the middle. And open again is Thigpen, and he has the 1st down. Some State leading the team in catches with 79, wearing John Stallworth's number 82. Stewart to run. Cordell Stewart is Stewart! Touchdown! Missed a makeable field goal for the extra point, and the game is tied.
Well, I had a chance to watch this play in practice yesterday. They fake the screen to the left. What it is, it's a sweep right with the quarterback after you the screen to the left. Good blocking by Monty Dawson out in front. Cordell Stewart, the fastest quarterback in the National Football League, makes it happen.
The Denver touchdown, going 65 yards in 6 plays with Cordell Stewart, a 33-yard romp to tie it at 7. What a confident young man. You could call him cocky, you could call him confident, but whatever he produces has throughout his entire life, no matter when he's played as a junior high school right through to now, his team goes to the playoffs. And Vaughn Hebron stacked up at the 20-yard line. We go back to the touchdown and 2.
5 special plays every single game. We just saw one of them.
1st down and stacked up as Davis for no gain at the 20-yard line. To Seattle, Earl Holmes from Florida A&M replaced him and has been a solid player. The Steelers have been remarkable at filling the void of players that have gone to the free agency market. 2nd and 10. Davis again, that left side. Only 2. This a leader in tackles per game. He weighs 275.
And the one thing he really does, like now, Dick, on 3rd down, he stays in. This is something he didn't do in the past. Timeout Elway.
2:43 left in the open quarter. The AFC Championship game is tied at 7. 7-7 here in Pittsburgh. The countdown to Super Bowl 32 is underway. You can follow all the action at superbowl.com. NBC, the NFL, and IBM bring you daily updates as the teams make their way to San Diego. Enjoy the Super Bowl memories of the NFL on NBC. And you can also win a trip to San Diego, all at superbowl.com, powered by IBM. 3rd and 9 for Elway. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, and the flag is down. Referee today, Ron Blum.
Offside Pittsburgh.
Parent might have gotten a piece of it. Or it slipped out of Elway's hands. 3rd down. Blitz. Elway able to shake free and run. The old man can still move, and he dives to a first down at the 35. And he needed that dive. The Yardsticks were about 31 and a half. Elway and Stewart. 2 of the active quarterbacks. In fact, the 4 quarterbacks that remain can run. Shannon Sharp in traffic holds it in for a first down at the 50. His first catch worth 13 yards. 7-7. First down at the 50. Elway's plenty of time. Open man over the middle is Rod Smith. He has his first catch. And Smith, who had 2 touchdown receptions against Steelers earlier, first down at the 32.
The Steelers on Elway. Plenty of time. Nobody in front of him. This enables him to look down the field, find Rod Smith wide open across the field.
2.7 seconds. What good for the quarterback?
Well, 2.7 is pretty good on a drop like that, but the big thing there was, Dick, it probably takes somewhere around 3, but nobody got close to it, enabled him to look down the field and see the receiver.
Terrell Davis smashed at the line of scrimmage. Joel Steed got his 310 pounds in there. They're saying fumble the Steelers, but no word yet officially. And I believe they're ruling whistle had blown the play dead. No, Steelers recover. No signal till then.
There is a reason why Joel Steed, number 93, is going to the Pro Bowl, and everyone on this team is very happy for it. And Bill Barr said we were going to have to stick some people. Take a look at this run. Here comes Terrell Davis, and Joel Steed meets him head-to-head. The ball is out. It's an excellent call by the officials. That is a fumble.
Gonna go crazy over something like that.
He was fired up at breakfast yesterday. Stewart. Long throw downfield for Thigpen, almost intercepted by Tyrone Braxton.
You know, Dick, this play right here is a classic example of what Bill Cowher told us yesterday.
Jump, and the sun was a factor too why he didn't intercept the pass.
Tim Luster, the blocker in motion with Bettis behind Stewart. Stewart, the quick throw, incomplete to tight end Bruner. He was open, a little too tall. So Cordell Stewart now 3 for 7.
When Pittsburgh's throwing the ball, there's been some wide open receivers down the field. They're going to make them change defenses before they start running Jerome.
Denver with the best 3rd down defense in the league. 3rd and 10 shotgun Cordell. The throw downfield. First down at the 49 by Yancey Thigpen. Atwater made the hit. Brendan Dye 68 with a block that freed Stewart for the throw. Bettis hit in the backfield, no gain. Romanowski, the vet linebacker from Boston. Something you never quit. Stewart rolling right, then back left. Now forced to throw, and it's almost intercepted by Atwater. Flag is down in the Denver secondary.
Could be on Ray Crockett. What happens is the receiver changed his route, moved a different way, caught him by surprise, and he reached out. Not fooled by the play action pass. Ray Crockett in good position, just puts his hands up on the receiver way too long. Yancey Thigpen, the throw is behind. He makes the adjustment to go back for it, but the penalty occurred before that.
You know, I don't like the play because the offensive man is going into the defensive man, and he's got to get on him. The only problem he has, he puts his hands on him, and that's what costs him.
First down at the Denver 45. Rumbling to the 31. Tyrone Braxton made big man gets about 5 yards before Alan Aldridge, the middle linebacker, can make the tackle. Scored first. The Steelers have answered. Pittsburgh is driving for more.
Like 14 points, Scottie Pippen scored. You know, you got to have your partner, and just think what it would be like if you didn't have all up here with you. You'd be lost. You'd be lost.
The Pathfinder, Paul McGuire. First down for second down and 6 for the Steelers as we go to the first play of the second quarter, and Stewart batted around incomplete. Tyrone Braxton had the best shot at the ball. Yancey Thigpen complained that he was a bit overcrowded. Third down and 6. Out of the shotgun. Screen to Courtney Hawkins, who battles for a first down to the 20-yard line. Needed 7. Ryan went to Michigan State. First down to the 20. Bettis. Start 5, 6, 7 yards on the play. Atwater, the tackle.
At the hip, Tim Lester, he's the lead blocker. Loves Jerome Bettis.
We're together with the Rams. Cordell Stewart. Incomplete. And a flag is down, roughing the passer, Alfred Williams.
Alfred Williams, and then there's the penalty, just drilling him into the ground.
Riding him down, I think, is where the flag finally was thrown. It wasn't the late hit, it was the fact that he
stayed on top, took him down to the ground, something you're not allowed to do, Dick. You're not allowed to take your body weight as a defender and push the quarterback down and fall on him in that fashion. That could be one of the reasons why they called it.
First and goal, just inside the 7. Tied at 7. Bettis hitting the backfield, breaks loose. Drives to the 1. Bettis, who is the 3rd leading rusher in the league, scored 7 rushing touchdowns. Second and goal. Bettis. Touchdown, Steelers. Norm Johnson's try for point, and the Steelers lead it 14-7. Bill Cowher, the chin. He was a special team player in his years in the NFL. A man of limited talent, but great spirit and drive. Vaughn Hebron. Out to the 3-yard line as the Broncos now. It's 14-7. We go to Broncos with 2 turnovers. 1 denying them a score, and the Steelers then driving 68 yards for the go-ahead score themselves. Elway hits his man Rod Smith, who in turn is tackled by rookie Chet Scott, who is good to see, and indeed Smith picking up the 10 yards for the first down.
And the
first down, he's 5 for 7, 54 yards in this opening half. Terrell Davis shoots through a hole and squeezes to the 46, a gain of 6. Terrell Path, better than the shot, really gets those muscles relaxed, gets them ready for the game.
Well, it's working.
Second and 4. Hebron with Davis going out for a play is to the 48, short of the first down by 2. Terrell Davis, who's had his problems with asthma. We've seen that attack a year ago. It looks like he was poked in that right eye, playing with a bad shoulder. He was injured in San Francisco, missed some duty, and then the rib injury against Jacksonville. He stays out, and Elway, against this crowd having to motion hand signals. Shotgun, 3rd and 2. The throw complete to Hebron. And Hebron, who was flanked out, has a first down at the Pittsburgh 43. Myron Bell hit. Hebron didn't like that matchup. He's 5'8" and 192, and Kirkland's the biggest backer in the NFL. First down, Elway off his back foot, incomplete. He had to get rid of it, looking for Rod Smith. Second down and 10. Elway gets away and throws incomplete. No flag. He had Hebron there. And Dante Jones could taste the sack.
Boy, you want to talk about experience, the quarterback, and
play on his part to keep it now 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 18.
Deep, complete. A leaping catch by Rod Smith. Smith, who starred in the game against Pittsburgh 5 weeks ago. He had 70 catches as he emerged as solid receiver on Missouri.
It gives Rod Smith a chance to go deep down the field. John Elway throws it high to make sure the ball's not hit by underneath coverage. And Rod Smith, these receivers, they know it's going to be physical inside. They go up, catch it with their body when they can.
Did you see that shot, Dick, with Elway? All you see Elway. You don't see any black shirts. The lane was open for him to throw.
3 catches for Smith. First down, trailing 14-7. Hebron with Terrell Davis still on the sidelines. One of the rare times held under 100 all season long in that first game, and a big opening quarter, but now sideline, poked in the eye. 2nd and 10. Elway play action, steps up, throws to the end zone for Sharp, incomplete. Levon Kirkland, and look at the mobility of this big linebacker covering the tight end all the way to the end zone.
Self in a position that he can't cover.
He knew the pass coverage. He knew that's where the weakness was. Paul, good point. He's looking for it down the middle.
So 3rd and 10. Elway throws it away. McCaffrey was the closest receiver. Elway ran out of time thanks to Kevin Henry and Jason Gilden. Was 26 for 36 during the season. 53 his longest. He drives it. Good. And the Broncos settle for 3. It's 14-10. 8 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the opening half here in Pittsburgh. The winner to the Super Bowl, the Steelers, a 4-point lead. From Elam with Will Blackwell and Andre Coleman deep. Blackwell with a 97-yard kickoff return for touchdown against the Ravens. He's got it. And is tackled just across the 30-yard line.
Now he has a laceration over his right eye. As you can see right here, he was poked in the eye on this play. He's been over on the bench with Steve Antonopoulos. He's having a little bit of a vision problem. He got up, however, with Gary Kubiak and Alex Gibbs, who are coaches for the Broncos, so it looks as though he should be able to return to the game. Dick?
All right, thank you. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left in this opening half. Stewart. Screen. Complete to Bettis. Bettis tackled at the 33-yard line. A gain of
Try.
Charles Johnson in motion. He's the man who blocked that water so well in game 1. Down the middle it goes to Thick Pen, and he can't hold on to this one. Leaped as high as he could at the 49-yard line of the Broncos. Adman and Stallworth are in the final 15 for the balloting for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It will be announced just before the Super Bowl. Stewart blitz on, throws incomplete. Glenn Cadrez was the man blitzing. Courtney Hawkins defended by Steve Atwood.
Hates it when he kicks bad.
That works.
I like that.
He's had some really disappointing punts, to put it mildly, and then against New England came up with 2 big kicks late in the game. He's from Arizona. Back is Darian Gordon, who returned 3 touchdowns during the regular season. Hangs it high. Gordon fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, or is it? Yes, by Denver at the 25-yard line. Ray Crockett was then on the spot for Denver. This is Pittsburgh, where the Steelers lead at 14-10, midpoint second quarter. After the recovered fumbled on the kick. Stuff in the backfield is Terrell Davis back in the lineup, and Myron Bell on a blitz runs right into the play. 2nd and 14, Elway. Pick up the blitz, and it blocked, and it may have almost intercepted as the ball again. Nolan Harrison has his 2nd block of this. 3rd and 14, and the crowd volume turned up for Elway. Elway one for the last 6. Throws to the sideline, and a flag down. 2 of them down, and interference is going to be called against the Steelers. If the ball had been caught, it would not have been enough for a first down. So
illegal formation, 77 offense was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. Pass interference, 27 defense. Those penalties offset. Repeat 3rd down.
That right foot back in the backfield, but that right tackle's got to be the belt of your center.
3rd and 14, and Elway can't get rid of it. The sack to Bell. Boo Bell.
The Steelers just bring more people than the Denver Broncos have to block them.
Tom Rowan's first punt from his goal line. He takes the snap, drives a spiral, the sunlight to Blackwell inside the 40. Gets a couple of blocks. Has some room now. And finally chipped up from behind by Carlo Emmons at the 44-yard line. Get John Mobley with the tackle. The flag is down.
Personal foul, 15-yard plate pass penalty, number 89 to the kicking team. That penalty is declined. First down, Pittsburgh.
Barr's right again. Is he ever wrong? I don't think so. We have a timeout. 5:32 left of the half.
I would think so.
Return by Blackwell of 19 yards, and the Steelers with a 4-point lead. First down at the 44 Denver. Flags are down. And incomplete the throw by Stewart to Thigpen.
He's just trying to be greedy, get there quick. It's not a John Elway snap count.
First and 5 as Bettis buries tacklers inside the 35, close to a first down. Alfred.
Reason for the interception and the fumble.
Second and a short 2. Stewart looking for something big. Intercepted in the end zone by Steve Atwater. No, it was not Atwater. Crockett. They both went up, and Crockett actually took it away from his teammate. Boy, did they that covered, and you pointed it out, Phil. He's been flirting with trouble the whole half, throwing into double coverage.
Last time they scored on a touchdown drive, he threw twice into double coverage. This time, nobody open. Yancey Thigpen, he's kind of like the outlet receiver in case defense really gambles. It takes too many chances. Steve Atwater goes up for the interception. Ray Crockett takes it away from him. But look at the coverage on Yancey Thigpen. Both defenders in position to make the interception. Bad decision by Cordell Stewart when you're in scoring territory too.
In his last year of the contract, had 4 interceptions in the regular season. That keeps the Broncos within 4. With 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. Elway shoots it over the middle to Rod Smith. First down, 13 on the play.
Well, that was an audit of their routes.
Davis trying to thread his way, but just no opening. Roll. Second and 9. Smith, foots in motion. Elway. Chased by Kirkland, dumps it off to Griffith, his fullback, and he has his first catch and a first down at the 45-yard line. Holmes made a tackle. For the lightest offensive line, if you can call an average of 289 light, but in NFL terms it is the smallest line in the league. But they're mobile. That's true of the Steelers as well. The throw downfield is Sharp, backpedaling with a catch and falling at the 35-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Oh, Dick, you know, Phil, you've been talking about this offensive line in the pickup. It's unbelievable.
It's a good job, Paul, picking up. What happens when you pick it up? You give the receivers time to get down the field. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Shannon Sharp going down the seam. They're playing a little zone behind it. Look at that big open space. Elway anticipates, lead the receiver into it for the catch.
But the thing about it is, Elway, there wasn't a guy within 5 yards of Elway, and that was a blitz. And you give him that much time, he's going to make it work.
Sharp who left.
I put my arm out when I took a left. Put my arm right out the window.
Did your weight bring it down? That's what I want to know.
We kept going nose down a lot.
Yeah. 2 minutes left in the half. Denver trails Pittsburgh 14-10. Broncos first down at the 37. Elway. Incomplete. Rod Smith in the area, and a flag is down.
That's interference. That's big. That puts the ball about 16-yard line. 15.
Pass interference, 30 defense. First down, Denver.
That's to deep because he's a rookie. He says they'll do this until our reputation, but it's down the field. Put his hands on Rod Smith. Made him slip. The official standing right there. She said that's why he throws the flag.
22-yard penalty. Ball at the 16. 1:54 left in the half. McCaffrey in motion. Elway to Howard Griffith, and the fullback is to the goal line. Touchdown! Howard Griffith, and how about this? Did not score a touchdown rush or receiving all year. He's got one today in the playoffs.
I checked the gloves. You have gloves on, check those hands. What great hands!
John Elway very excited about the play because he knows it's not a throw by him. He throws it behind the receiver, Howard Griffith, out in the flat. It's a blitz by the Steelers. Sticks that left hand out, brings it right in.
Griffith had never scored on a touchdown pass. That's the 41st receiver in Elway's history to score. As Elam adds the extra point, and Denver reclaims the lead, 17-14.
On Elway, he's still excited about this throw because he knows it's not good. When your receiver bails out, not only does he catch, but he scores.
John Elway in the closing minutes of the first half, 4 for 4, 15 on the touchdown to Howard Griffith for the lead.
Canceled because I lost my one ball.
We're going to miss you. Elam sends Blackwell into the end zone, and the Steelers, who have all 3 timeouts remaining, will start at the 20. And recapping that go-ahead touchdown drive by the Broncos at a rarely used receiver. Griffith makes a solid reception and the touchdown. Now Stewart and the Steelers go to work, and incomplete as Stewart really drilled by Tyrone Braxton. Came through the safety blitz.
Upside, they can pick up one. The second one, Tyrone Braxton comes through. Cordell Lucky, it's not interested in. You know what happens? You're not expecting a blitz in this situation if you're a quarterback or the offense. The Broncos catch them by surprise.
Stewart, who has been slow in the first half this year, but torrid in the second half, is now 6 for 15. Second and 10, down the middle, open is Charles Johnson, breaks a tackle, a flag is down as Johnson is hit at the 38.
Justin Strelzik, Dick, just ripped down Neil Smith. I mean, just ripped him down. It was
Holding, 7-3 offense, 10 yards, repeat second down.
Here it comes. Right arm. Let me pull you down. Hello. Oops.
You want to know what this NFL life will do to a guy, a handsome guy like Strelzik? I mean, that's a rookie. He had some looks, didn't he?
He's from Buffalo, New York now. Be careful.
Ball back at the 10, and on the draw, yes, McAfee, and McAfee to the 22-yard line. He's been used sparingly this year. That's only 15 carries on the regular season and 41 yards for the former Mississippi College star.
Well, Denver would like to stop him on his third down pass or run or whatever it is. With their timeouts, they should get good field position, have a chance to move down, and at least get a chance to kick a field goal.
Third down and 8. Season-long run for McAfee, 12 yards. Oh, look at the Broncos. They're showing a heavy blitz. Are they all coming? Yes, they are. And the throw into the flat incomplete to Hawkins as Stewart had no chance to find an open man.
Well, that's what happens. You get in third long, Dick. You bring up.
With 55 seconds left, and the Broncos with 2 timeouts. Miller hits a good one. Spirals it deep to the 25. Gordon 30, 35, 40, and 45. 20 on the return for the former Stanford star. 51-yard punt. The Broncos.
Oh, that's incredible.
That was chilling. With 2 timeouts left, Elway throws it long. And Smith, and a flag down, and he was held by Carnell Lake is going to be the call. At the 20-yard line.
Well, this is
Pass interference, 37 defense. First down in Denver.
Denver's got 37 seconds and 2 timeouts.
It's good coverage by Carnell Lake. The Broncos fake right to go deep left, and there's one of the reasons why they called it contact down the field, impede the progress of the wide receiver.
If he doesn't get right arm out, Phil, they never call it because they're just bumping. They're both turning for position.
34-yard penalty. First down at the 20 with 37 seconds left. Davis to the 10-yard line, and it appears to be another first down, and the Broncos spend their second timeout. 1 remains. They're at the 10. 27 seconds left. Broncos by 3. First down at the 10. Elway into the flat to McCaffrey. Fights to the pylon. Did he get in? No. They're going to mark it at the 1 to 2-yard line. Myron Bell made the tackle. Clock stopped. 24 seconds.
You know what? The official can't make the.
Oh, that looked like it might have been a touchdown. It's marked at the inside the 1. Second and goal. Davis fouls up the middle. No signal yet. They have stopped him apparently. Clock continues to run, so this is a burning time against the Broncos, and now the officials will call time. No, this is Denver's final timeout, so Davis stopped in 2nd and goal. What do you call now?
In halftime, what's down? They wouldn't have time to run the field goal team on.
Run it anyway.
But they were short.
16 seconds. Elway rolls through. Same play to McCaffrey, touchdown. Same play that got them to the 1, and McCaffrey wide open in front of Myron Bell. And what a final 2 minutes for John Elway and the Broncos, as they have scored 2 touchdowns in the 2 minutes of the half.
What you do, you're in this situation, get your quarterback away from trouble. If they blitz and you throw the ball to your biggest, most physical receiver, Ed McCaffrey, 6'5", can go down, push off a little if he has to, create some separation for the touchdown.
What a block by Howard Griffith. He's the guy that opened it up for Elway.
Jason Elam, it's the extra point. And in 30 seconds, Elway and the Denver Broncos go 54 yards and claim a 24-14 lead.
Along with Ahmad Rashad, Joe Gibbs, Sam Weish, and Chris Collinsworth at halftime, the Broncos are leading the Steelers by a score of 24-14. And we'll talk about that first half in just a moment. But first, for the news around the league, let's go to Will McDonough down on the field. Will.
Greg, let's go right to the biggest news in the league right now, in my opinion. I was talking to Danny Rooney, the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, last night, and he had told me there's going to be no labor deal in the league. They've been trying to work on this for the past 6 months with the players, and evidently their efforts are going to be fruitless. This blends right in with this Monday. I am told the NFL is going to start accepting bids on the new TV package, and they expect to have it all done by next Thursday, so everybody in the league will know how much money they're going to have to spend on players and with the salary cap over the next 4 or 5 years. I talked to John Butler, the general manager of the Buffalo Bills, a couple of days ago. He tells me they are going to try to sign Doug Flutie, the former Heisman Award winner who has been playing in Canada. Let's move on to the Oakland Raiders, who are still looking for a head coach. I am told that they're very interested in Art Shell, and owner Al Davis is trying to convince himself to bring Art back to coach the Raiders again. Another thing, I think the Raiders will wait to see and have a chance to talk to Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's involved in this game here today. I think Bill Belichick of the Jets has taken himself out of the running. Let's move on to Minnesota, where Dennis Green has been rumored as another possible candidate for the Raiders. President of the Vikings, Roger Hedrick, told me this week he will not give permission for Dennis Green to talk to any other team about being a head coach unless they also want to make him a general manager or give him a higher position. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Will, thank you. 25 years ago, Will McDonough was sitting in the press box here in Pittsburgh for the first ever postseason game in Three Rivers Stadium. Steelers against the Oakland Raiders, the Immaculate Reception. The version of this play you've undoubtedly seen is from NFL Films, but recently we unearthed the NBC version of that play. Here it is, as called by Kurt Gowdy.
Last chance for the Steelers. Bradshaw trying to get away, and his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Harris has it. And he's over. What? Rico Harris. Grabbed the ball on a deflection. 5 seconds to go. He grabbed it with 5 seconds to go and scored. When you talk about Christmas miracles, here's the miracle of all miracles. Watch this one now. Bradshaw's lucky to even get rid of the ball. He shoots it out. Jack Tatum deflects it right into the hands of Harris. And he sets off, and the big 230-pound rookie slipped away from Warren and scored.
Ball 22-yard line. Darius Johnson there for Denver.
Dick, one of the reasons why this Denver defense is having success, the blitzing, people coming free, hitting Cordell Stewart, making him throw the ball before he wants to, and before his receivers can get down the field, get open, and pick up those big first downs. Good job being aggressive and a good scheme in the first half by the Broncos defense.
Well, New England so effective last week, although they lost at 7-6 in blitzing Stewart, and Denver following that pattern.
Pittsburgh saw them on practice Friday. All they did was practice against the blitz, so they were expecting it. They just haven't adjusted well to it so far today.
So Stewart and Bettis in motion now in the second half, and it's Bettis ducking to the 24, a gain of a couple, run to spark Denver early in the first quarter. Second down 8. Stewart to the middle, complete to Thigpen, a juggling catch, and he brings into a couple defensive backs, shows you his strength, and plows to midfield into the 49-yard line. Thigpen, who's 205 pounds, he says, I like to run after the catch, and he shows why.
Well, Dick,
7 yards on that play. First down at the 49. Bettis. To the 45-44-yard line. Mobley and Aldridge, the linebackers with the tackle. And then 5. Bettis really held in check last week by the Patriots defense. Stewart. Batted down by Keith Traylor makes his presence felt, and Traylor, as you know, last week will remember her in a positive way. Big tough guy at 305 pounds. Third down 5. Blitz. Good pickup by the Steelers. Finally, Atwater gets through, but the catch by Thigpen, and a first down inside the Denver 35. Good throw to Stewart.
Someplace he waited and then connected.
So important for the Steelers to show something offensively here in their first possession, and they are. Bettis rumbles to the 16. Match the total by Terrell Davis, his Denver counterpart. Bettis hit in the backfield and brought down by Alfred Williams.
Come on, man.
Little Cajun, those are Cajun wieners. Flag down, Denver outside, the throw complete, and it's Thigpen again. And that combination, Stewart and Thigpen, that led to 3 touchdowns in the win. 5
yards, repeat second down.
Drive it down the field.
2nd and 5 with the Bronco 12. Johnson in motion with Thigpen on the other side. Blitz. Bettis. Knocked down at the 10-yard line. He was crunched under that big pile of humanity, Neil Smith, at the 10-yard line.
Well, Neil Smith, he's finally gotten healthy. Number 90 outside. He's finally gotten healthy. He played hurt all year long. Had a torn tricep the last couple of weeks. Feeling good. His play has really picked up.
He took the brunt of that charge. And as they tend to Neil Smith, will take a timeout. 5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Championship game, third quarter, first possession. And it's 3rd down and 2 for Cordell Stewart and the Steelers just inside the 10. Bettis for 5 and a 1st and goal.
The guy that's going to tackle you.
1st and goal, 5 yards away. Bettis. And they were all over the big fullback that time. Hasselbach and out of that. Both wide receivers to the left. And now Johnson in motion. Stewart to the end zone. Intercepted. Leaping high, Alan Aldridge, the middle linebacker, to deny the Steelers. What a big play. The second time in the game, Stewart intercepted in the Bronco end zone.
Well, this is a late throw by Cordell Stewart. The design of the play is excellent. The play is there to be made for a touchdown. Cordell underthrows it. Alan Aldridge jumps up and gets it. They had Charles Johnson in motion. He's going to go in up the field and make the catch.
Disappointed son and father. Aldridge, his first interception of the year. And 2nd and goal from the 5, picked off by a linebacker who had never intercepted a pass in his NFL career. Now Terrell Davis, and Davis sprints out for 9 on 1st down. Let's go to the interception.
Supposed to go up the field in the back of the end zone. It's there. Cordell Stewart. What happens? He turns and looks, takes way too long to throw the ball, lets the defense react. That's why it's intercepted.
And if Aldridge hadn't gotten it, Braxton would. And now Romanowski telling Cordell, you got to use your head.
Use your head. Use your head. Use your head.
Dick, Braxton would not have gotten it if Cordell would have just looked and thrown the ball, but he looked to make sure it was open. It took too long down the end zone. They can react to it too quickly.
Davis goes outside, has big yardage again to the 44-yard line against a hardened Pittsburgh defense who had watched Cordell Stewart did the team 73 yards, consumed over 6 minutes, only to be intercepted in the end zone.
All right. Look at this play, Davis now. He only makes one to the outside. He sees the blocking. Bell gets caught up with safety up inside. So all Terrell Davis has to do is get back outside of him.
This is why he's a great runner. It's supposed to go inside. Immediately he sees it's not there. He goes outside.
They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 2 seasons, and Davis now needs just 2 yards to hit the century mark. This could be it. Up the middle, and he's about 2 yards to the 47-yard line, and that would be 100 yards for the third-year runner from Georgia, Terrell Davis. 3 playoff games this year for Davis, 3 times 100 yards. 2nd and 8. Leading 24-14, and Elway all the time in the world down the middle for Sharp, incomplete. Levon Kirkland again trailing the tight end. 3rd down 8. They pick up the blitz, the throw underneath, caught by Rod Smith, who dives to the 45, and with that lunging effort may have picked up the first down.
Well, we are seeing so many heads-up play. We saw McCaffrey in the first half. He puts the ball over the goal line. Should have been a touchdown, comes back and gets it. But this play right here by Smith, you talk about heads-up. It's a first down. You don't have to measure this. It's first down.
Tired.
Yeah, wrong.
No, Dick.
Are you kidding?
You can't be an official. You know why? Because you just can't wear stripes, big boy.
At the 45-yard line with less than 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Terrell Davis, nothing there. May have been able to. Indeed, it breeze with hardly any at kickoff.
Dick, John, that's a good point. We can't feel the breeze up here, but Shannon Sharp was open down the field. I was wondering, John Elway underthrew it.
Davis swings it outside and then out of bounds after a gain of a couple at the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. Dante Jones, who walked off under his own power. Mike Shanahan, the 45-year-old head coach of the Broncos, has his team in front by 10. Leading one of the leading tacklers. Holmes out of the lineup for the moment. Elway on 3rd down 7. The throw incomplete, intended for McCaffrey at the 35-yard line. Elway under pressure with a blitz coming. Darren Perry.
Well, Pittsburgh's having a very hard
time back at the 10-yard line. Bruin sends a dying spiral up. That's going nowhere. Bounces back to Aldridge at the 32-yard line. That kick only 10 yards. Timeout. Stewart, last 10 passes, 2 complete, 3 interceptions. 24-14 Denver. 4:02 left in the third. Davis brought down after a gain of about 6. John Mobley made the stop. Well, 2nd down, short 5. Bettis again. He has the first down. 4. Battles to the 45. First down across the 45. 2:42 left in the third. Stewart. Caught. Charles Johnson, his first catch of the day. Darian Gordon on the coverage. Mobley helped out a tackle. Well, in fact,
that's why he made the catch.
12 yards on the play. The Colorado connection. They were teammates with the Buffaloes. Throw underneath to Tim Lester, and the blocking fullback gets about 7, maybe 8 before Tanavasa and Aldridge can collaborate on the tackle. And the fans need now, down by 10. Final minute and a half of the third quarter. 2nd down. Bettis allowing for a first down at the 31.
Remember what Bill Cowher told us yesterday?
And 49 of those yards coming after his first hit. Fake to Bettis, the roll by Stewart, chased, Smith can't get him, and finally bumped out of bounds. Little yardage. Ray Kroc coming up from the corner. Even Strelzik was talking about the fact that those long arms really make it tough on the blocker. That's It's ruled a sack, by the way. 2nd and 11 for Stewart with 3 seconds left in the quarter. Eludes the rush. And then the second hit, a fumble, and recovering is number 97, Mike Lodish of the Denver Broncos. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, the turnover as Stewart, plagued with 2 interceptions in this half, and now a fumble, didn't see the blindside hit from Neil Smith.
When you're a quarterback and you move around, you know when your time is up as a thrower. Cordell Stewart, it's covered. Now when you make those second moves, you get protect the football, a fast defense, they keep hustling, they make the play.
We'll start the 4th quarter. Denver's ball with a 10-point lead.
Well, young quarterback, inexperience, trying to make something happen when it's not there. Cordell Stewart was trying to do it that time. Bill Cowher seen a lot of mistakes today made by his quarterback.
Denver takes over at its 41-yard line. Elway. He throws to the sideline over McCaffrey. Cordell Stewart now with 3 interceptions and a fumble. 2 of the interceptions. 4th and will it be the final period for one of these teams? The winner to the Super Bowl. 2nd and 10, Elway. Davis breaking a tackle to the 45-yard line. A gain of long 4. Joel Steed.
Nolan Harrison, is this offside? Watch it, look at his arm. His arm's inside. I mean, you can't see that looking down the line.
Harrison had extra defensive back in. Orpheus Roy also a young pass rusher in. Elway shotgun. Crowd trying to help as much as it can. Oh, what a catch in the open field by Rod Smith, and a first down at the 35-yard line. Smith, who has a reputation of making the brilliant catch, and it's the one that's perfectly home that he has trouble handling, as he showed 5 weeks ago.
Blitz by the Pittsburgh defense. Shannon Sharp, the tight end, in the backfield. The blitzer comes free. J.B. Brown does a good job of picking him up, enables John Elway to go down. Again, we said it a couple times today. When you blitz, man coverage on the outside, the middle of the field is wide open. Rod Smith reaching back, using those hands, making a good catch.
20 yards on the play. He has 6 catches for 87 yards. Davis breaking tackles. Battles inside the 30-yard line, a gain of at least 6 before Levon Quinn can make the tackle. And the Broncos from Super Bowl opportunity for this 37-year-old warhorse. Can the Steelers stop him? Davis, no gain. Wrapped up a Kevin Henry, the defensive end. A free agent pick a couple of years ago, becoming a star receiver. Denver 7 of 10 on 3rd down. Not this time, as a sea of black inundates Elway. His 2nd sack, and it's Kirkland there first.
Now, you know, kick the ball out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Just kick it.
Courtney Hawkins back at the 10. Ruined a punt as that sack took them out of field goal range. Ruin. High wobbler. Hawkins lets it drop, so Darius Johnson catches it for him at the 11-yard line. Timeout. 11 minutes, 18 half. 11 minutes, 18 seconds left in the 4th. Stewart and Pittsburgh start from the 11. Bettis toppled after a gain of nearly 5 by Ray Crockett. But those appears to be okay. Has an interception as well and a sack. 2nd and 5. Big 10. Hit immediately by Darius Johnson in for Crockett, so they immediately go after the replacement of Crockett. When there is at Three Rivers today, into Stewart's face. That didn't bother Jerome Bettis. A lot of white jerseys do. Allen. 2nd and 7. Almost intercepted by Darian Gordon, and Gordon had his sights set on 6. Back in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
He got beat here the last time they played like a drum. Yancey Thigpen, 3 touchdowns on that young man right there.
Cordell Stewart, 5 touchdowns the first game against Denver. Nearly 5 turnovers today against Denver. 3rd down throw. Is it a catch? No, he trapped it. Courtney Hawkins down low. But it took one up and the official right there to wave it off.
Well, the official is there, and this ball is thrown low. It's thrown to the outside, the one place you really want to throw the ball. But you look at it, it goes right through his arms. It's on the ground. It's an excellent call. The official was in a perfect position to do it.
Stewart wanted the catch, but incomplete. 9 minutes and 28 seconds. The Steelers will have to give up the ball.
Cordell Stewart knows, get that first down, get some rhythm with the offense, get moving, and he'd have a chance to make some plays. And but didn't connect on the third down, stops him.
Gordon back. He averaged 13.5 per return. He won't have a chance in this one. Short kicks, lateral bounce. That's that love-hate relationship. Cowher and his punter. A short 34-yarder to the Denver 40. It's a courageous story. That's on Dateline tonight.
I don't remember being that scared watching a ball game.
Elway on first down from his 40. Overthrows the wide-open Shannon Sharp.
This is the chance the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take. They're going to come after John Elway when he throws the ball. But what could happen is it's going to give them, the Denver offense, a chance to make that big play. And that time, Shannon Sharp down the field uncovered.
Down here in there.
Throwing with the wind here in the fourth quarter. Cuts it inside and to the 42, the 43-yard line, a gain of 3. Earl Holmes made the stop. In the playoffs a year ago, Shanahan said, Kyle, you have no choice. Even if I have to take you out of school Friday, you're coming with us. 3rd and 8, Elway. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Chris Oldham, a cornerback, extra back on 3rd and 8, comes in on the blitz. Punt, and the Broncos did not consume much time on that possession, only about 2 minutes. Bruin very high and also very short. Fair catch at the 31 by Courtney Hawkins. The Steelers trail by 10. Good field position. 24-14 with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go, and Stewart sets up shop at his own 31. Down the middle, Bruner the tight end, and it might have been deflected by a linebacker, Aldridge or Mobley. And so 10-point deficit is a big one based on history in this game. 2nd and 10. Stewart chased by Smith. The lose. Traylor misses him, but gets enough to drop him at the 30, and that'll be a loss of 1 yard and a sack for Traylor.
Boy,
so they've kept pressure on Stewart with those blitzes and individual effort. 3rd and 11. 8 men. Stewart has to throw it up for grabs, and it's batted away. Ray Crockett on top of Yancey Thigpen.
The reason the defense, why they bring them all the time, they take the chance to get to the quarterback. They know Pittsburgh can't pick them all up. It's 3rd and 10. The offense has to get rid of the ball quicker than they want to. They have to throw it shorter. Look at all the people coming on the blitz.
Watch 27, Atwater. You want to see a guy go down in a heartbeat? Watch Atwater. Someone reaches up, boink, just throws that kid with a shot, just knocked him down.
And that's the new thing in this NFL. 3rd and long, defenses now blitz. They don't play a safe defense and try to make you throw it short. They blitz you, they make you throw it short.
Midway through the 4th. Miller's left-footed punt, and how quiet this Three Rivers partisan crowd has become. Gordon takes no chances, and it's down by Oldham at the 29. Cordell Stewart checking the clock. Will there be time enough for Pittsburgh to score at least 10? Gray, Three Rivers Stadium. Back and forth early in the game, and then John Elway with 2 touchdown passes in the final 2 minutes of the first half. No score in the second half. Denver leads 24-14. First down, and it's Terrell Davis drawing a crowd after a gain of a couple. Steelers have different ideas. They want to get the ball back for Cordell Stewart, who's had a rough day. Davis breaks a tackle of Dante Jones, gains a couple to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 120 yards now for Terrell Davis. He had only 75 in the regular season, and his longest run was 7 yards. Griffith, that was a combination that worked for a touchdown, not this time, and that stops the clock with 5:53 left, and Pittsburgh will get the ball back. Well, the Denver 25 and 28 yards. Will Blackwell doesn't know quite where to camp He's back at the 25. And Ruin hits another dying spiral that takes a bounce for Denver down to around the 20-yard line. Academy Award for his portrayal tonight. The Fugitive on NBC.
Ray Crockett is back, Dick.
At that left corner. 1st and 10 Steelers. Blitz from Gordon. Stewart straight arms him away. Scramble, stops, throws, and completes. Will Blackwell, 1st down at the 38. His catch today. Tyrone 15 remaining. Over the middle, incomplete. Charles Johnson covered by Darius Johnson, not left. Cordell now 12 for 30. 49 yards, another blitz. And the pass works. And Courtney Hawkins close to a 1st down before Alfred Williams can make the tackle.
Before Stewart, I can notice he's having a hard time getting the rhythm, throwing this football, not having much success. So what do? Call a play you know he can complete. Denver's defense blitzing, good all the screenplay.
Alfred Williams slow getting up, so time is called with 4:48 left. And now with the clock showing less than 5, any play out of bounds, a runner out of bounds will stop the clock. Steelers in this league
the last few years. One of them we just saw, Alfred Williams, a defensive lineman, running across the field to make a tackle.
3rd down and short. Straight ahead for the 1st down goes Cordell Stewart. Only the 2nd time he's run the ball. The other time he ran all the way for a touchdown. 31 as the clock ticks down under 4:20. Williams is back in the lineup for Denver. Stewart gonna run it. And ducks out of bounds with a 1st down at the 42.
Watch the guy on the right here. Look at this. Oh, hello.
Yeah, they got the job done.
Yes, he did.
I think he thought he was going to catch him by surprise. Not today.
Stewart out of bounds. They mark it at the 43, so it's 2nd and 1. Good. Cordell. Tough catch. Made by Blackwell. 2nd round pick out of San Diego State. It's for a 1st down. But more importantly is the clock. 3:55 and ticking. All 3 timeouts remain for the Steelers. And that deep defense for Denver now loosening up considerably. Stewart to the sidelines then. Charles Johnson, 1st down. No, close to it. 32 the market as Darian Gordon made the tackle.
They just let him catch the ball, get out of bounds, and they kicked a 54-yard field goal to beat Denver.
4 wide receivers. Stewart in the shotgun. Kick back. Doesn't get out of bounds. Does have the 1st down at the 23. Gordon made the tackle. Will Cowher sneaks a peek at that electronic monster chewing up his hopes. Over the middle. Hawkins to the 15-yard line. Push back. And the clock moving toward the 3-minute mark. The native of Pittsburgh is home. Dad, you saw him early, still lives in the same place where he was raised, only 13 minutes from this stadium. He's all of Pittsburgh. Stewart. Lots of time. Somebody might be open. It's Johnson! Charles Johnson! Touchdown!
Cordell really showed some experience there. What he learned earlier.
Point by Norm Johnson. And it is a 3-point game. 24-21.
This is what I'm talking about. Look at Cordell. Once he sees Johnson, you watch him tell him, now keep coming. Just come on across. I'm going to throw the ball to the outside. You go get it. Thank you.
University of Colorado a few years ago. Cordell Stewart to Charles Johnson. And the Denver Broncos lead carved to 3. 24-21. Denver looks for the onside kick that will be accommodated as Norm Johnson, the veteran, tees it up, aiming to his right. And now they shift.
They're going to kick it regular. I didn't think they were because they have 3 timeouts. Now they got the hands-up team, so they're up on the line of scrimmage. They're going to kick the ball deep and pin Denver deep into territory.
Johnson to Hebron, who's going to let it bounce. Now has to take it at the 1. It worked beautifully, and he's tackled at the 10.
This is such a good play because what they did is they forced Denver to bring their hands team on, which that means are all receivers, defensive, all the small people, Dick, and then they keep them there. And what they do now, so Denver can't get their people back off the field. Here comes the kick. Hebron thought the ball was going to go in the end zone. It hit and bounced straight up in the air. He had to return it.
That's right. He couldn't take a chance because it could have stayed on the 1-yard line. Ball. He had to take it and return it and gets it to the 10-yard line.
Last 2 possessions, Denver 3 and out. 2:38 remains. Elway to McCaffrey. The play that worked for a touchdown late in the first half, and McCaffrey appears to be injured as he's tackled at the 17. Stop the clock anyway on the completion, and the
Ed McCaffrey looks like when he gets hit, he just gets twisted. Elway makes the half throw, makes a good throw. Ed McCaffrey turns it upfield, trying to get those good yards. Tackled high.
Right. But the officials ruled that he was out of the field of play, and the clock stopped.
Wait a minute. No, they're working on that. Clock is going to start again, Dick. Because the official on the field wound up the clock. It is inbounds.
And Elway's gone to the sidelines here, so he figures they'll wind it up, and either the Steelers will use one of their timeouts, or he'll just let it run down to the 2-minute warning.
This clock is going to start.
Well, Elway now back into the huddle. Left knee and mouth bloodied by the Ed McCaffrey as he took that hit from Mo Bell.
But the problem is, even though the clock started, Paul, it goes down to 25 seconds instead of 40. Now Denver is forced to run 1 play before the 2-minute warning.
8-7-6 on the play clock. Elway will use as much time as he can, and then gives to Terrell Davis. And Davis is hit by Earl Holmes at the 2-minute warning. 3rd down for Denver. 2 minutes to play. A 3-point game. Minutes that would work for a first down. His team is deep at the 15. 3rd down and 6. Only 11 yards in the last 8 plays for the Denver offense. McCaffrey back in. 5 wide receivers. And Shannon Sharp steals the catch and is down at the 33-yard line. How did he come away with the ball? Timeout. Hour in Pittsburgh.
It's a good catch by Shannon Sharp, but you got to give this to John Elway. Stays in pocket against the blitz, and he just puts everything he has on the ball. Sticks it right in. Look, Jason Gilden right there. It should have been knocked down, but what a throw by John Elway.
Thon Flowers, number 41, makes the play, but look at this catch. I mean, and it bobbles the ball.
He almost did it too hard.
Oh, he did. You know, there are times in this ball game, Phil, that we sat up and looked at Elway when he has just reared back and fired. And I know he said the hardest ball he ever threw was that one in Cleveland that won the game in a 98-yard drive. But I'll tell you something, this might have been the second one he threw right here because he stuffed it in. Well,
let's remember, this is a man that in the summer game ripped the tendon in his throwing shoulder, and instead of 2 attaching that bicep muscle, he has 1. He has an arm muscle about as big as mine, and he's throwing the ball harder than ever, he says. The heck with looks.
What a great comparison, huh? Whoa. You've been working out, though, Dick.
That a big 18-yard completion. Now the pressure on the Steeler defense as Elway rolls out, pumps it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey stays inbounds, but has another first down at the 44-yard line.
Is this a great call or what? You tell me, Mr. Quarterback, you were the most valuable player. Tell me about this call.
Well, that was a great call, Paul. I mean, they know the Steelers are playing run all the way. They want to stop the run, call the timeout, save it. Mike Shanahan, hey, they had no success in these last few drives. He gets a big first down, tries to stay aggressive when he knows deception is on his side. First down.
And no timeout called by Pittsburgh.
Well, what was going to happen, I think Yahweh's going to wait till his clock runs down, and he's going to call a timeout.
Pittsburgh wants to use the timeouts after the first, second, and third down. That's why they're saving it.
And it's first down, but it's down under a minute now. 58 seconds as time is called by the Denver Broncos. 58 seconds from victory. He said, I was so excited when we beat Denver here earlier in the year, and why I ran down into the end zone. I said, that made some amends, but now Davis protecting the ball on first down, gets to the 45, and the timeout called by the Steelers. 52 seconds remain as the Denver Broncos trying to become only the 5th wild card team in the NFL to make it to the Super Bowl. Make some wonderful things happen, but will Denver allow? 2nd and 8, 52 seconds. Davis protecting the ball, but he has a first down, and Moore stays in bounds at the Pittsburgh 35, and that should just about wrap up for the Denver Broncos. They're celebrating over on the far sidelines. Another first down, and the clock is running. Neil Smith, who left a terrific team, the Kansas City Chiefs, they couldn't sign him, comes to Denver for much a half or less of the salary that he was gaining in Kansas City. He wanted to be with a team with a chance. Romanowski, you saw, he knows the feeling. He was a member of a Super Bowl champion in San Francisco. And, of course, the man that they'll all be chronicling, the headliner, John Elway, one kneel down away from his 4th Super Bowl trip. And that'll do it as the Denver Broncos, the wild card, have won 3 in a row on the road. And Mike Shanahan's team goes to San Diego, the AFC champions. You saw his son Kyle, now 21-0.
He's going to the Super Bowl.
I think Kyle will get a free trip. Give him a swing.
Thanks, Jim.
And with elation on one side, so tough to digest the defeat after a long, wonderful season. Get the home field advantage in the championship game, but for the second time in 4 years, the Steelers lose at home, a game away from the Super Bowl. And John Elway certainly has earned the chance. He played like a star today, didn't he?
Well, the whole team did for the Denver Broncos. They came in, they played to win on both sides of the ball. They tried to force the action. Their defense early did a terrific job. Tyrone Braxton said to us yesterday, and I thought about this a lot today, he said if we can get to throw the ball, we can force them into mistakes. They did. They took advantage of them. Of course, the Denver's offense always goes after it.
Bill Cowher, the Pittsburgh native, with that disappointing trip into the locker room. Bronco revenge tour. They got Jacksonville. Last week, Kansas City. And another team that tormented them this year, Bill Cowher's Pittsburgh Steelers. The final score, 24-21. Denver the winner. The trophy presentation. Don Shula celebrated the 25th anniversary of that unbeaten Miami Super Bowl champion team. Will present the Lamar Hunt Trophy. Don't go away. We'll be back in Pittsburgh in a moment.